Alright, we're live again. Welcome to week 2 of working on the game. Today we're going to be doing some Linux builds for the dedicated server. I haven't really done a Linux build yet. We're going to use WSL2 to take care of it. So that is the plan. www.net and .NET 8 Debian, both fine. Okay, that's .NET working. Precision is double. There we go. All of my CPUs are gone. I wonder why. Does he look at YouTube chat? Let's find out. Yeah, I have YouTube chat up there on a custom screen. It just sucks. I wanna get something better mounted. That might be we gotta find a YouTube chat client. Antics, like, because I hate the like the fact that I gotta go in and create a new stream in YouTube. And yeah, I don't know. There's got to be like a multi, purpose app or something for managing all that. There is software that combines the chat. Yeah, I gotta take a look around because I hate having to use the YouTube chat. I just want to press the button. You know, like it's terrible. How's it going, Red Tango? So since yesterday, this weekend I've been pretty busy. I'm going to do a build now, today. I guess I have no cores to really show you, but I finished the IK implementation for the for the main arm that comes in and grabs the ship and picks it up and centers it. So that'll look great in the main build. And if the streamer doesn't turn off the reactions, that massive icon covers part of the chat. So yeah, I just like it's so, yeah. I'm wondering if the Linux build is going to have the same issues that we had with the doubles, with the mono glue being like in like some weird different folder or something. Are we linking? What are we doing? I broke down and downloaded an extension that hides that button. What were you using? Like, I'm just using Twitch chat here in Firefox. Like, let me drag over Parsec. So here I am. This Parsec is a screen that's up here. I'm just Parsec'd into it because I don't have an extra mouse and keyboard. Right? So, like, this is annoying. Yeah, is it Linux headless client day? I mean, it's running headless now just on Windows. Are we done? Looks like we're done. Good bean. So I actually have my yeah, let's do the double mono build. So this should be okay, so it's saying unable to find the .NET assemblies, which is what I thought because we haven't done that yet. Alright. Yeah, that heart reaction thing. It's an option the streamer has to turn on and off. Client needs an extension. Oh, okay, gotcha. Right, so here we have the mono build now on Linux. Alright, so let's get the assemblies done. So this is set up. Double setup. Let's go back to the .NET. Okay, so we got to generate the glue. So we are generating the glue for the mono build. Alright, that's our glue. And now we need to get the build assemblies working. I don't think build assemblies need to know. Yeah, that was the issue. Hang on a second. When we're generating the model glue, do we need precision double here? I don't think we do. I guess we could just confirm. I think in the build assemblies we did need to define whether we're using double or not. Is it precision or precision? Okay, never English. Rectangle, what's really fun is the dual chat and confuse them too. I'll just start ignoring it. Hello, it's precision. Hey, it's Power. Oh, it's precision space. I wonder, did I need to use that when I was doing the mono glue? Yes, maybe. So it built Godot 2.2 stable modules, glue, Godot sharp, Godot sharp. Float 64 is true. Yeah, because I'm supposed to generate it from outside the directory in the bin folder. Which is what we did. Double mono. Okay, and now we should have our mono. Double dot mono. Yay, and we're good. So we have to export, we have to do our templates for release and debug. Yeah, I think I want to use my Radeon for this. Hang on. What am I using? GLX heads? Yeah, I'm using my Radeon card. I mean, you know what? That's fine. Little Radeon card coming. Alright, so what's next? Let's do. Do I need to do the same thing for the So if we do, yeah, the NuGet source is fine on Linux. Yeah, that should be fine. Build the library. Build the export templates. Generate the glue. And do the .NET assemblies. From the main editor. Yeah, so I guess we can just do these. I don't know if we need precision. Double on those. So do. Build them on. Precision. Thank you again, Ether Powered. Be my spell check specialist. So we got 2 more builds to do. What's up? It's been a while. Moved. I'm in a new house, new studio. Life is hopefully becoming less expensive, but it was a lot of innovations, a lot of work need to be done. Put a lot of things on hold, stopped a lot of builds. So anyway, now I'm off work for 8 weeks. We're starting week 2 today. So I'm now full time working on the game. So last week we converted the build to be headless, so we can just run our own headless versions. Created just a data structure, just a basic player info struct that we can synchronize with the client for like handles, user data that all other clients need. That isn't particularly relative to a player, so like the handle, what shader parameters, what equipment do you have, anything that changes the visual representation of the actor. And a little bit of work on what'll be my little first person shooter YouTube video. But once I have some CPU cores back again, it's gonna be like this for a bit. I do eventually want to play around with some of the other options. There's a faster linker that we can use on Linux. And I really want to start getting into build automation and stuff like that too, like just ways of, automating build processes so they're happening, in the background of the scenes of things. So that's stuff I'm going to be looking into. I want to try to set it all up where if I do a branch, and then I do some work on the branch and we finish a feature, and then I like merge that back into like master. I gotta figure out a way. I haven't really done any like GitHub or not GitHub, but just Git hooks to kind of be like, trigger some type of compile. I want to try to figure out a way to make that work for both Windows and Linux builds, but the server that I'm using that hosts everything is Linux, so I will figure it out. Maybe I just need like a Windows VM on the Linux server just for the sake of doing some Windows builds. But I'm pretty sure Linux can probably do a Windows build if it has the export templates. But we'll see. Yeah, doing this manually every time will get boring fast. Yep. Well, this will be my first time doing a build on Linux. So this template debug needs template release. The great thing is I don't need to do this per new version of Godot. You know what I mean? Like these builds, yeah, and I think that's it. I think the glue is only for the editor. I'm really excited though for the summer. I'm hoping, my goal for the summer, which is maybe unrealistic, is to make the game fully playable to a point that we can get this thing to $400. That's my goal. $300 more. Get more Patreons, but I can't get more Patreons until I prove that the project is viable and that it's fun in its current state. So the goal over the summer is to kind of put together a little bit of a layered cake, kind of vertical slice, just start cleaning things up a little bit. To see how things feel like, just like at the original truck stop, get some of the mechanics working, not do too much wide scope things, just kind of focus on, like getting some of the mechanics that I started working on working. Yeah, and just think about how I can automate things. The builds. Let me see if this will work. Yeah, make people mouth-watering. I don't know if that's how you say that in English. Yeah, just give them something to do. And in reality, in you know, getting the community up to that point as well would be better. Because there's more feedback in the iterations. So when I do a build, you know, like there's immediately people in the build playing it. And I think too, from the stream's perspective, like being able to, while I'm streaming, like bring up that game and actually show who's on there and have people be able to, that are on the stream, you know, kind of jump in and kind of wave, you know, be in the project type thing. And yeah, I think that'll be that would be my idea anyway. Oh yeah, so yeah, yeah. So this is what I worked on yesterday. I didn't get a lot of time when we got back into the city yesterday, but I finished this IK system. There's no camera in this scene, so, and I still think my CPU is gonna not let me do this, but so check it out. Now, if I take this target here, and move it around, it will dynamically track. So if I say, hey, okay, well, you know, right, and it has its own limitations. So if I move it down, move it forward, and what's great, as I move this thing down, it will it'll auto adjust, right? So it'll slowly come forward. Hey, Mungalo. So as I now like pull up the, you know, where I want that target indicator to be, it will dynamically adjust itself. So that this target just pretty much, as long as the ship enters the hangar, and you know that the ship is within reach of the right, then it'll just come down and grab the ship, and it'll all work fine. And I'm not going to add collisions to it right now because I don't want to. Like, I do want to create a bit of a step, so like like, you know, it'll try to track, I don't know, like a meter above the ship. And then once it's finally aligned, then it'll do that final compression and locking so it doesn't scrape the ship. But I'm going to leave collisions off because you can't really get up there anyway. There's gravity and you can't fly, right? So it's not something the player, you know, can really interact with, you know, unless there's no gravity. But I wanted to get that done because I thought it'd be kind of cool. You know, it's one of those really silly polish things, you know, that just kind of helps, you know, sell, you know, the whole working on your ship and vice versa. And this is in the systems project, so you don't see all the detail of the hangar or anything. I just brought it in the system so I can work on it without, you know, well, there's nothing to get in the way. And I can use this then for other things as well, other similar arms. It's very kind of primitive, you know, system. What were you working on, Mungalo? So I think we're now good. Right, I think this whole Linux bin folder should now be everything that we need for our release, our debug, and for opening the project. So what I'm going to do temporarily, because I don't have the project inside this VM, I'm just going to stick it here on Linux, Debian. we'll put it in my home folder. We'll make a copy of it just for the time being. The ProcGen dungeon tool, I got the viewer to only show floors picked. Oh, cool. So I'm going to create a projects folder here. And I'm going to just take... I'll find a way to link these, so I'm not doing this, obviously, in future. But for now, I just want to get this stuff working. Oh, I really didn't. I should have deleted the temp stuff. So generating 100 floors worth of data that I can step through floor by floor or floor group by group. Oh, cool. Cancel. Why are you still running? Go away. Don't save. Now I should have my Visual Studio Code for WSL2 enabled, but we're going to let's go ahead and give this thing a run. I don't know how well it's going to run because it's just using my onboard graphics card. But let's see if it builds. Yeah, forgot the debug stuff is not put in the same way, so that in 100 floor data I enabled the debug visuals. Debug made sad frames. Oh wow, this is actually running pretty good. Wait, have I spoke too soon? I mean, it's rendering something. No, it is running at no FPS. Doesn't it normally show FPS? It crashed. What? In the backtrace? Why'd you crash? Hide from behind the office wall. Failed to build project. Oh no. So vector 3 is still not double. Not convert from double to float. Yeah, so we are not. No Blender pad, that's fine. It's freaking out because it doesn't have Blender. Widow, sure. Debug. Hmm. Yeah, we're double, double, double on the editor glue. On the constructor. Yeah, no, this is fine. Meh. So is it not using this for debug? Is release different or something? What are these NuGet packages here for it? Those would have been the ones that would have been generated. Meow. Why? Glue. Go glue for the editor. Generated glue. Go objects. Editor. No. Yeah, let me just take a look at vector. No 3D. And look at its transform. Yeah, that looks fine. Hmm. Yeah, because it should say custom build. Normally, we can tell if the project is not 64-bit or not. I don't know why it only shows up when it doesn't match the project. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wait a second. We need debug and release. Built. I want to see if it builds with the. No. And what are we getting? Peter compilation has failed. Let's run WSL with something else. Uh, oh, River WSL. Debian. How do I change what graphics card WSL is using? Whatever. Yeah, I don't need CUDA. Yeah, it's just finding the onboard Radeon card, not the dedicated. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't hurt to check. Nope. Alright, when you disable the iGPU, WSL immediately picks up my NVIDIA and works as expected when I needed my iGPU enabled. Do 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 do. Yeah, we have that. Wow. Oh wow, that does work. That's awesome. Cool. Yeah, so it actually is using the latest driver for Mesa. Okay, let's run Godot now. Not that that's the issue. Then let's run Godot, BSD, editor, double boop. Now this should be running on my 3070 as well. Okay, let's see if it feels faster. It's stable though. Did you hear me sneeze through your mic? I think so. I heard Zone sneeze. But what is causing this? This drives me insane. This is the only thing about like the instructions on doing the double builds are very weird. Because like this editor compiled is definitely seeing vector 3s as floats. So it's like it's not working for the editor. Oh, the shader compiles actually for the atmosphere shader. I don't know, like, let's take a look at my scorns. Well, and of course I don't have history here. Right, all that's fine. The SDK is working fine on Linux. This is actually super important. Let me just save this to the Discord real quick. What was that keyword? Yep, and then GLX. Okay. Verify. All right. Yeah, I'm waiting Squink for that. That person should be by any time at all for that. In case you hear them before I do. And I saved that article, right? Yeah. Yeah, there's gotta be something. There's something that I'm missing. Is it the nugget packages? Right, so we do our build assemblies. Once you've generated the glue, you can build the manage assemblies with build assemblies. So the glue that we generated, I'm 100% sure. When I did the build assemblies that we put in the precision double in the glue, maybe we should remove the modules. Yeah, let's kill modules. Not our modules or generated modules. Maybe modules mono. Yeah, so that these get compiled. At least double. So in the glue folder here, these look linked. So this Godot sharp. I wonder if this is supposed to be what's in the. Let me just check Godot sharp. Generate it again. Row objects. Nano. I'll have a double. Node 3D position again. Double. And the constructor of a vector. Yeah, there. Yeah, I don't think these are double. Normally, in the constructor, there will be double, double, double. Wednesday or Thursday for lying, yeah, it doesn't matter to me. You especially pair with the mono suffix. If you previously compiled it without .NET, you might add a similar name binary with suffix. Yeah, that's fine. Once you've generated the glue, maybe we had to generate the glue again. And the .NET instructions of compiling are supposed to do it in bin. But then, like, so in bin we get a module exploded. So I'm wondering if we ended up... I wonder if the ones that are here are the accurate ones. If this one is the one that's generated correctly. This command will generate all the C# bindings for the Godot API. Once these are generated, you can build Godot's managed libraries for all desired targets without having to repeat this process. Yeah, I'm assuming the build assembly script is looking for... I have a feeling that these wasn't done right. And that they're supposed to be here generated. From the bin, using the bin folder reference. So .bin double and then we just gotta make sure everything headless. Generate mono blue. Hopefully it'll override what's already there. Precision. Double. Is there any quick way of scrolling up? Was there an error here? Okay. And then building it from here. And I still think even for build assemblies, we still need precision double. Okay. Right, if everything goes well, Godot Sharp directory containing all the libraries should have been created in the bin directory. By default, all development builds share the same version number, which can cause some issues with caching NuGet packages for using the 64-bit build and a 32-bit build. Yeah, the NuGet, this is what I don't understand, this NuGet packages aspect. The API assembly, source generator, and custom MS project SDK are distributed as NuGet packages. This is transparent to the user, but it can make things complicated during development. In order to use Godot with the development version of those packages, a local NuGet source must be created where MS Build can find them. Pick a location for the NuGet source. If you don't have a preference, create an empty directory. Okay. Yeah, okay, well, okay, so let's do that. After picking a directory, run this command. Whereas this, when you run the build assemblies, pass the my local source to the push NuGet local option. This option ensures that the packages will be added to the specific local NuGet source, and that conflicting versions of the package are removed from the NuGet cache. It is recommended to always use these options when building the C# solutions during development to avoid the mistake. And when you're doing build assemblies, yeah, make sure that precision double is set. And I still think when we're doing precision double, we do need this local NuGet source. Well, I go through all these steps and everything is fine. And then when you get here, right? Like we go through all the steps of follow these steps and you'll get everything generated. And it's like, here you are, everything is good. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh yeah, so you don't have any conflicts. Please go through and set it up differently. Alright, so let's do this as my local NuGet source. Okay, my local NuGet source has been added. And this is the folder this time that we're pushing. From this point onward, we're referring to the folder name, yes. Yeah, so we're doing precision double. We'll do the build assemblies, outputting to bin, but we're going to push these to home at my local NuGet source. Okay. According to the instructions. Right, so now they shouldn't just exist in being Godot sharp. It should also exist in my own NuGet sources, which they do. But I still don't understand the point. Right, so there's our source generators. I don't know. Let's see if the project compiles. Alright, so let's do Godot, Linux, editor, double, custom build. Okay, vsync not supported. It's actually using our 3070 now. Run the build. And build. It's so dumb. I hate it. Okay, so we did it build? I'm not getting the errors anymore. Let's do that hangar gray box little scene. Just gotta run something. Run scene, run anything. Build the project, run it. It works. It's running terribly in WSL, but it works. So what? Why is it having trouble building? Or is it having trouble building? Nah, maybe it's not. Let's find out. Let's do an export. For Linux, this is all good. We are going to export project, save, override, and we're going to see if it publishes. Do. And that looks like it published fine. Let's go in and run a headless version of it. It's really I don't get the nougat thing. And I'm gonna need to find someone to explain the nougat thing. Makes no sense to me. Projects. Builds. So we should have Unforgiven systems. This should run the main game. I don't know why it fails to run. Probably on this video card. Let's do headless. Because I think it is running headless. Alright, so let's do headless server. And then now let's run our main build. Let's run 2 versions of Universe Online. And we'll see if we can connect to the Linux server. So I'll be red and I'll be green. Don't know if the WSL port is different. Because I'm getting UPnP discovery failed. I wonder, is the port not open on WSL? It should be though. Let's join. UPnP discovery failed. What would I have to do to open that port? Because it is running. Let's see, WSL, open port. Yeah, so Windows will create the local network, same as your LAN. That's what I thought. Wait, so WSL is not on. Oh. Open a terminal and run port proxy. V4 to V4, listen port to the internal port for the WSL host. However, when you do WSL hostname I, it may return more than one IP. I should, okay, yeah, it's fine. My confusion came from firewall issues with WSL2. What I found, services listening on ports on WSL2 are accessible from the host machine as local host port. WSL2 ports are not accessible from outside, obviously. WSL ports are made available through NetStat interface, port proxy, or other port forwarding. The following has helped me connect to my ports locally on Windows. The script here changes the ports. Use NetTools, like we should already have NetTools. WSL. Let's check out our port proxy. What? Oh wait, that's on Windows. Looking for interface, gateway, show. Nothing. Seems like port forwarding is enabled by default, therefore any open port in the WSL VM is accessible via the host via localhost. Does the host literally need to be localhost? Run it back and hit the server again. I wonder if I actually had to use the localhost. Hey, uniform! Yeah, let me just actually put in a localhost instead of the... Yeah. No. So it is not localhost. Is net. I should check netstat. Oh no. After I run it. Let me run another Debian here. Where do you run the build? Headless server. Netstat A. Let's see the build. There's a .NET diagnostic stream. 2 builds. I don't see. Display 40K. Oh, what's that dash out? Yeah, I don't see anything here. Rep. Good job. What's causing our WSL port to not run? Is just UPnP not Because we are running a loopback. We are on 10 internally. We are on this. Yeah, hang on, let's try that again. Okay, this is still running. Let's give this a play. Multiplayer. Let's do this IP address. Wow. Aha! It works! It's alive! And I'm green! Okay, hang on. Let's move me up here. Let's go to multiplayer. Pick a pink person. They can be a female called Pest. Okay, so now we have a green person. And a red person. And we're running on the Linux server. Cool. So the build works. That's exciting. Excellent. So now we have a headless Linux build. Oh, and apparently my chat disconnected and reconnected again. Cool. Hell yeah. All right. Yep, and this seems to be fine. I'm pretty excited. I'm going to go spawn in a ship. Yep. Hello, other player. Now, I don't think authority is fixed on said ship, but let's see what happens here. Let me go and jump in real quick. All right, so our other player is in the seat. Cool. I'm gonna sit in their lap. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay. Cool. I don't have authority over the thing. Excellent. Okay, yeah, this is awesome. Okay, cool. Oh, perfect. Excellent. So now we have a dedicated Linux build. So now, how do we get this build? So once we have our build here, I'm going to push this build PS how big is that? Isn't regular age? Oh, 92 megs and 282 megs for the build. Yeah, that won't be too bad to auto deploy either. So what is the SH? What's the point of the what is this for? Nah. We are Linux yet. We are Linux Antics. You ready for it? Check it out. I'm on my Linux server. I'm going to run the Unforgiven systems.sh. And oh no, we don't want to run it. Nope, backspace, nope. So we're going to run Unforgiven systems x64 headless server. Okay, so here we are. Linux build on my Linux PC, headless server, enter, right? And it'll connect to the Patreon. Just give it a sec, or just give it a second. It should connect, spawn in the server player, and set up everything with the API. So now it's listening. So we go into our main build, and we'll just hit play on our main build. Let me change the music real quick. Right, so here we have the server now running on Linux. I'm going to go multiplayer. I'm going to pick a red Antics, I guess. Pick like an Antics. It's red. And the only thing I had to do was I had to grab the IP address of the WSL because it's not forwarded. So that was what was missing. It's because I'm running WSL. I need the internal WSL pre-routed So here's an antics, joining, boom. And now we're going to multiplayer. I'm going to join as a yellow revere, I guess. Same port. And there we are. So this is now running. Give it a second for the interpolation to kind of catch up. And there we go. Is player still the server? No, the player is not the server right now. Oh, this guy? Yeah. This is still. I haven't removed him from being spawned in yet. I can just remove him from being spawned. I could just tell the server, hey, don't spawn in a player. But I want to leave that code in there for testing, so that it's easier to just still be able to do it the way we were doing it without the dedicated server mode. I want to get crouch added this week, I think. Yeah, so now we have names, and we exist. Revere and antics. NPCs seem to be fine. Oh no, I tractored you. I'm sorry. Oh god, I gotta make sure I turn that off. And look, it's our comm satellite. And for those that are watching, fly to it. You want to fly to it? Sure. Let me make this one. And you know what, Antics? I actually think it's the perfect size. I don't think they need to be massive. You know, just specs on the radar. Oh yeah, it needs indicator lights, like regular, like antennae. Yep, absolutely. Like it does need a big, like, indicator, like blinking, you know, kind of green if it's online, or red, and obviously some like landing lights. It also needs detail, obviously. Like I want to put some fuel tanks and spare electronics and little gibblings on the outskirts of it, so it actually and some animations of movement of the dishes. But systemically, you know, it's big enough, and it kind of does its job, showing that, hey, look, it's big, you know, antenna array, and it works. Right, it's going to be a double airlock here. Is it directional? What? Is it directional? It'll always point towards the orbit that it's in, like the nearest light or nearest star. Right? Like, so the antennas always need to be, you know, powered. Oh. And like I said, this is like one day of working on these things. So, I mean, right? So I want to put in here. Oh, I need to get this pained, but here I'm going to put in like kind of big wires that are coming out and go into the dome. What do you mean by directional or 360? Oh, it's 360. There's you know, the only dead space is it's its bum. Coming from the antennas. These are solar panels. The array itself doesn't actually shoot anything anymore. On most of the giant satellites, the massive, huge, giant thing is not a... man, I hate this jump button on the ClickUp app. But anyway, bathroom break for myself. I'm gonna get another coffee, and that's a success. Explore Linux builds. Got Linux builds done. Just keep on pushing. So that was actually a backlog of systems, I think, or of networking. How do I search Linux build? Oh yeah, it is on systems. Yeah, this is done. Camera module is done. So we have to do more component stuff. I think I want to get the HAB stuff working next and work on the API. I think what we're gonna do after I take a break, the com single, yeah, comes from those little things in the bottom, the actual set, like the actual antennae. And there's always enough antennae, you know, that can face a direction. If you ever want to disable one, if you take out the satellite, or if you take out the solar panels, it'll lose power. But if you take out the dishes, you know, then it'll lose single. Because it's just a giant battery of internal, like, battery banks hooked up to you know, a solar array with the emitters and receivers. Is how it works. So they have almost full coverage, obviously, with the exception of what's behind itself. So I could put one up here of some sorts too. But anyway, the moral of the story is it works on the server. So I got to figure out this bug. There's a lot of bugs with the synchronization. I think it's laser projectors, RPCs need to be. We need to make sure the server is handling the spawning of them, not the client. And like let the server do it, and then they'll synchronize naturally. But because it either needs to do that, or it needs to do the raycast fire on the server, spawn a local representation of itself, which doesn't need to be necessarily replicated because the projectile is going to behave in the manner that's going to behave anyway. But yeah, these are things that we need to work on. So we'll be switching back to our normal local server build here. Which should be in here. No, yeah, right here, yeah, this one, upgrade systems build. Cool. Alright, I will be I'll be AFK just a moment while I use the washroom, and then we'll keep at it again. I think yeah, if every day I can just keep getting the stuff done. I would like to do a Blender stream and do the male character, and maybe even like go into Blender and try to fix the. Yeah, that's actually kind of what we want. I want to add to the active sprint on Art 3D. So create a default Mixamo pose for Blender for adapting characters to that default. Right, so if we create in Blender all of our A poses and T poses where they should be, like on a mannequin, I can save the pose itself. And if I bring in any random character and I want to convert them from A pose to T pose, it should fix up all the weird nuances with the arms and, you know, like kind of either go reverse, either go in and take a regular character, automatically map them with Godot's mapper, and then export them back to GLTF and see how Godot changes them. Like if we know what Godot considers a perfect mapped T-pose to be, then we can import that as a default pose in Blender and then use that as our kind of pose references. So we're bringing in a character, we apply those pose references, set that pose as the default pose, re-import it into Godot, you know, and then our skeleton retargeting can still be applied, but it should have the least amount of issues with fixed silhouette. So I'll be right back. And we'll continue.
Yeah. Another coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, hello, Lord. Hello, Lord Valner. I know Mr. Streamer's not here right now. Hello, Jim.
Where did the check go?
What?
Where did the check go?
What?
Where did the check go?
Where did the chat go?
Yeah, I can see, yeah. I can see
YouTube chat. Yeah, because I'm multi-stream.
Yeah, because it was like it's not there.
Yeah, YouTube chat sucks. It's I know the YouTube chat, man. Like, ugh. Yeah, it's
It's very.
I need to find like an app. Yeah, it's so weird. That's why I'm watching your shiny hit on Twitch. Space, yeah, so my game is called Unforgiven Space. We're working on server tech and stuff like that right now. I'll give you a quick kind of tour. We're mostly, like, I'm working on this full time over the summer, so I have 8 weeks of working on it. So week 1 I spent doing kind of like some fixes, getting in cameras. So just give it a second to load. I'm normally working out of a project called Unforgiven Systems, where I can kind of focus on just the gameplay aspects and not worry about the art. But we'll go into the space scene here. Right, so the idea is you're like you're just a space trucker, right? My YouTube chat is on the side. I'm not sure why yours is below. Oh, I popped mine out. Right, so the idea is kind of like Sea of Thieves, right? You're just a space person, in space, buying and selling cargo, kind of living it. I was playing around with space games I was playing around with Space Game and RPG Maker in Z. Obviously, nowhere advances this. Hey man, every game, man, is great. There was an old Star Wars mod I used to play called Rise and Power, and I wanted to take some of those systems, like while simultaneously being a little bit frustrated with the speed of Star Citizen, I wanted to take some of those gameplay mechanics from Rise and Power and incorporate them into the game, because it was a really fun mod that had permanent death and a few other things, and it allowed you to fully customize your ship, and it was very kind of like Star Wars Galaxies-ish, but like this is back in the days of text, So the idea is everything on every ship, every part of the components are physicalized. You can take them off, put them on, upgrade them. The engines, even the ship itself is made out of modules, so you can kind of swap out a lot of these modules themselves. Don't matter how advanced, as long as you're making something and having fun. Hell yeah, yep. So that's the idea, right? And then, of course, when you're not out moving cargo, buying cargo, selling cargo, you can upgrade your ship, right? So you kind of fly into the hangar, the arm comes out, grabs you, that gives you room to kind of run around at the surface, and you can pull off everything, fuel scoop, fuel intake. I don't have all the components on there now. It's all removed because I'm in the middle of getting all this stuff actually working. So they've been kind of disabled until I kind of get everything actually... have I ever played Traveler? Nope. It's an old tabletop RPG. No, if you have a link to it or anything. Yeah, I gotta like zoom in. We need to find a YouTube chat client. That's what we need to do. Look at this, like, how do I zoom in, man? Like, it's so frustratingly convoluted. There we go. Just use Restream chat. Can I use Restream chat without using Restream? Like just the bot itself? Or do I have to pay for it? Yes, no. Was Traveler kind of like a space adventure type game? So this is kind of like the idea, right? And here in the empty test scene where I've been doing some prototyping, right? I can kind of show you what I mean by the type of modularity that I want to go for, right? It's well, Traveler has this really cool character concept where it was an adventure in itself. You go through like schooling, learn basic things, to kind of define your class. You can even die. Cool. So check out this, right? So here I am, my female character. All the components are physicalized. I'm in a physics zone right now, so let me. So like, we have gravity, but if I jump out, right? There's no gravity. Very similar to, like, you know, Star Citizen's, you know, object container streaming system. It's running terrible because I have a million versions of the game running right now. But we will go and get some components. I'll show you kind of like how this kind of works. So I'm going to purchase all the things that I need to make my habitation module cool. Right, like this light. So the idea is you can go and like buy your own little hab, and then the hab has these item ports, and you can fully customize it. So you can, you know, kind of like make your own little home away from home. What do I do with the other couch? Oh, here's the bar. Right, so just predefined kind of nodes. This like gives us a lot of role play potential and stuff like that, you know, and there'll be certain like kind of stores that only sell certain like kind of like, you know, furniture items and props and things that we're really using for level design ourselves that I'm just exposing to the you know, players, because it's the same system. Like, you know, these item port attachments are exactly the same as how the ship works, right? So it's a very, it's just the same system being used for you know, different purpose. Right, so I can put one here, or put one here, I can put the couch in. Oh, non-related scripting question. Hang on, that heart is actually in my way, it's so annoying. If you don't mind me asking, do you know Papyrus? Like from Skyrim, Fallout 4? No. I think I've heard of it. I think it's a scripting language, right? Or no? Okay, it's an object-oriented scripting language developed by Bethesda used for creation engine. Interesting. Well, the answer is no, I don't know it. How do they not have... Oh, it's under maintenance? I wonder, is it closer to Lua? I wonder? There's different paperless compilers. If you have experience with Java, it should be really easy. Yeah, okay. I guess with maintenance down, I can't really tell. Oh, okay. The second part was if you know how to alias a function without overriding the whole script because of compatibility issues. I know how to alias functions in NWScript, C-based, and JavaScript plugins for RPG Maker, but the syntax of Creation Kit engine throws me off. Yeah, I gotcha. It's one of the easiest languages I've used. Turns out it's object-oriented, so you start essentially by defining your properties and functions. The biggest thing you'll likely encounter is how little documentation there is. Yeah, so I wonder how we actually do that actual port forwarding. So Fusion, we're doing a WSL2 build of the game. So we actually have the game now running in WSL2 just as our main Linux environment. Because I need it somewhere to set up the build scripts so we can do builds. Because I want to get the Patreon build running 24/7 on the main dedicated server. So if I could like just keep a version, you know, of the game running now going forward. That'll be really cool. So I had to figure out how to do a headless build first, which we did last week. It's online, yep. I was trying to let's get back into the other project, and I'll show you. Yeah, the game is fully funded by the community. That's kind of the idea behind it. I have a Patreon. At the $5 tier, you get access to the build, and you can just kind of play it while we're working on it. At the $10 tier, you get your own habitation module once once the technology comes back online. Because we've been rewriting a lot of this stuff originally this was a Unity project, and then we since changed it. So if I run Unforgiven Systems, headless server, and I'll just run a build here, just to kind of show. In Systems project, once again, there's no final art or anything like that. I do personally. I like the fact that with my 64-bit version, so I'll just do Rav, and I'll be a green person. And I'll join. So here I am. There's 100 NPCs walking around me. And this person's going to be Valiner. Pick a color, Valiner. Any color you want. Your choice. Purple? Purple works for me. Alright, so now, if we give it a second for the interpolation to kind of kick in for all these NPCs, you'll see all the motion is synced up. And all the IK works. So here's the tractor beam, my pistol, and of course the my multi-tool. Oh, yeah, there we go. So here's the tool that we use for kind of the UI. And even all of that is synced up. I gotta fix the camera clipping for this, but yeah. And if we come all the way over here, I'm just gonna follow the player real quick. Yeah, and like I said, I just want to get people in the game together, right now, to prove. That's my goal for the summer. My summer goal is to get the page count back to 400. Can you just donate with it, subscribe to a tier? I have a Patreon or just a PayPal for that, but you can join once, just join and cancel it or whatnot. But check it out. I'm just gonna jump off into the space. Right, there I am. Gravity will take over. So yeah, let's go over here and spawn in a spaceship. Alright, so I'll spawn in my ship. And let me go jump in here. And I'll jump in, and you can actually see all of the animations are synchronized. So if I go and interact, oh, they're kind of synchronized, right? And this is kind of what I mean about the components being snappable. So yeah, that's the this is kind of like where things are with multiplayer. I'm trying to get some more serialization of data. Try to get like the I'm getting things kind of like ready so that when I do get the main character in, I get the skin shader in, like I can kind of have all that data that we need for the customization. And then we just need to serialize the inventory that each player has, like the physical inventory that's on them, so we can tell like what equipment they have on them, like what suit. There'll only be like one spacesuit for the beginning, but I'll get all the tech working for getting to that point. So that's kind of like that's kind of the show of where we are with some of that. But I want to show. I will take some time. I'll just show you the some of the things in the main build, like of how things kind of work, at least from an economic perspective. right? So, you know, the idea we don't just have, you know, like this kind of we're also going to have, you know, good mining. That's the plan, right? Really good mining game plan. All right, so here in this one, this is kind of like kind of a bad example, but I'll kind of explain how this stuff will work. So the idea is we'll have our, you know, mining elements, which can be scanned, and they have their own composition. And the goal is that as we're doing damage to them, it kind of like remembers that shot and penetration of each of the kind of like, you know, damage that's being done to it. So that way it's a predefined cluster of you know, syncable things. So as it gets destroyed and it fractures apart, the idea is it's pre-fractured, but we kind of like keep things clumped together strategically, right? So once they break, right, we do have a rigid body mass. And for you, the player in a mining ship, right, you're just kind of slowly breaking them, you know, kind of like in, you know, half and in the kind of like thirds, you know, and these I'm calling them pills right now, but they're just a prototype, right, of, you know, strategically trying to mine. But these will be kind of like scattered throughout the you know, an asteroid ring. So if I go to my builds here, and we go to the asteroid system, this is the asteroid system here. So here, I have 1,000 asteroids. Kind of gives you a feel with volumetrics enabled. Right, so it doesn't look too great. So let's do 2,000. Right, 2,000 starts to look kind of cool. 4,000, 8,000, 16,000. Right, 32,000, and we'll just go all the way up to 500,000. Right, so just as a metric. Right, so the idea is to have combinations of GPU instanced asteroids, you know, mixed in with the real ones that the player is obviously going to be scanning and mining, and to create like a little bit more of a fun soup, you know, because we can do like a million, you know, but it wouldn't make sense to be able to have this many asteroids. This would be extremely dangerous, right? If we just use 2 million asteroids, but this is kind of a technical example of in reality, like 32,000 asteroids around you is probably fine. So it's combining like that technology, right, with you know, with our pre-instance by the server, you know, rigid body versions, which are scannable, that we would kind of like, you know, start kind of breaking down and making money. So if I just run over here real quick. And spawn in my ship. Oh, apparently I don't own a ship. Hello. Apparently I own a ship that's totally not configured. Okay, hang on. Yeah. Apparently I don't own a ship, so and it will fly without its components, but it's not going to not going to work without weapons. So let me grab 2 weapons real quick. So this is the thing, like when you're buying components and stuff, you have to literally move them yourself. Right? Everything in the game is physicalized. So that could be annoying, but I mean, I don't really care. It's I think it's kind of cool. So now we should... Oh yeah, we don't have the holo projector. Yeah, right. Don't think hollow projector is set up either. The red is debug code. Yeah, I can't target it because I don't have a way of visualizing the target. Oh, right, because we're in... this asteroid scene hasn't been updated. But yeah, so those are, you know, that's mining, but there's also like medical and prison, so like... Yeah, so this is kind of a, you know, kind of an example of kind of like some gameplay, right? So if you ever go to jail, you'll kind of wake up at a near station which happens to have a prison module, and it's fully AI controlled. So it'll be like prison, Alpha, Charlie, Bravo, please head to processing. So you kind of like, you know, head out. This will be a yard that has, you know, a bunch of... have you already planned out how you're gonna... Yeah. Piracy, like Elite has interdictors, cargo limpets. Absolutely. SC route, you just blow open the cargo. It's gonna be more of the SC route. Or you can hack the ship. Hacking is a big aspect of the game. More Cowboy Bebop-ish, right? The game is more... If you think about the universe Cowboy Bebop, that's more of what I want to go towards. But yeah, so let's say you're here, right? And obviously there will be like benches and like vending machines, and right, you're just kind of heading down different floors for processing. And the mini game here for I think those security turrets will need to be visible, more visible. They're going to have a tracking laser on them that's going to be like pointed at you. So the idea here, you're playing a very terrible welding minigame with different components that are spawning and coming across. Right, so you're just helping make components. Very simple game. You're just tack welding, and you know, every component you finish, you're you know, working off merits, right, to get out of there. And then once you're kind of out of there, you can take a shuttle that'll bring you up to the rest of the station. There's no exterior design for this. This is just, you know, very basic gray box. But the idea then is that because this station has a prison module, right, it has a demand of argon gas, a demand of steel, a demand of all these commodities that you can trade with the whole station itself, and its output would be the same type of commodities that you're fixing. So there might be a lot of crime in the area, and there might be a, you know, prison station, and that prison station might be creating quantum drives. And if you kind of pay attention while you're there, you might be like, wait a second, I think I remember those quantum drives that I was working on. And then if you go there, sure enough, there will be a store that has those quantum drives at the best price, simply because, you know, the production based on the crime. Right, so if you have a pirate station, you know, in a system, and you have high piracy, right, which has high crime, right, then that high crime creates some type of economic viability. So that's kind of how I want to design everything from the economy up, if that makes sense. So like, right, it's the same thing with medical. So if we, could be a medical module. Right, so medical module gameplay is very simple, right? If you can do the stress beacons, you can go and rescue NPCs, you know, put them in a cryopod like you would if you were doing a 2x1 cargo container, only it just has a person inside it that you rescued, and then you just got to bring them to the, you know, to a little hospital module, and kind of bring them into a surgical area, and and this becomes kind of dual purpose, right? When you, the player, wake up from getting destroyed or whatnot, right? You kind of wake up in like a back the tank, and you kind of head on your way, pay your dues, and get out of there. But there's also more than one purpose for it, right? There's something that you can do other than bringing medical supplies, right? You can eventually get enough rep that you can get a module to put on your ship that will allow you to do like not search and destroy, but search and rescue, and it's a gameplay loop, right? That you can like as depending on the emergent gameplay that's happening around you, right? If a ship gets destroyed, or there's like a distress beacon, or someone runs out of fuel, or whatever little NPC thing happens, you can respond to that NPC and make a few credits. So it plays very, it plays very sandboxy, but more like Sea of Thieves, where you do have a lot of reputation to grind through and to gain, and that reputation itself unlocks things, right? So that way there's a whole, right, and there's different skills. So like hacking or slicing, we'll just call it hacking, is a skill, and you learn. You start off with like nothing. Like there's no like, it's not like you have classes in the game, but you just start learning, like different skills, and start kind of leveling them up with combination of reputation and experience, right? And so there's a little bit of grind, but it's not meant to be too much. And if you die, the idea is that you'll just if you've purchased a clone and you've died, then you'll just end up at that kind of clone facility, like as a clone. Otherwise you could randomly just wake up more damaged, but a lot, maybe half cybernetic or something. Those, I won't say it's more so permadeath, but it'll just, there's a cost, right? There's a cost sink to death. Yeah, so that's kind of the scope of the game anyway. You found your old MacBook? Oh my god, it's like a little clamshell from forever. I can have a charger for that. So hopefully, yeah, that's the game. And like I said, the Patreon, you can always follow the Patreon. You don't need to join it. I'll be doing a lot more updates with it, but let me throw that into both chats. But you can always just follow. And yep, that's the idea. And we have our Discord as well. But yeah, so that's kind of like all the stuff we've been pushing. But anyway, yeah, that's the spiel. And now we're gonna get back to doing what we were working on. Yeah, so this is great. Hey, thanks so much, man. And just remember to not let that auto renew after the month duration has it. But that's the idea, right? And I think, and I could be wrong, right? I believe that if we do this as a community, and players can see the progress themselves, and they're able to play it, and they're able to be like, this is fun, or this is not fun, or this is stupid, or this is not stupid, then it's a very transparent development process, even more transparent, than what SE is. Because if I reach a wall, on something, then we'll just compromise. You know what I mean? We're like, okay, well, this is too crazy. We can't do it, so we're just not doing it, right? And just as a community, we build towards the game that we kind of want to see, and or at least the game that I want to see, kind of like built. And yeah, and I think that'll be cool. And the racing checkpoints. Thanks for the follow, Daz Razor. Welcome to the convoy. New cabinet, new bridge. Yeah, so I think the next is I'm gonna get rid of Insomnia if I don't have it uninstalled. Yeah, because we were switching to Insodium. Okay. Wow, that's a hot Patreon page. I know, it just increased. Alright, they're donate it and cancel. Stay on free membership. I look forward to keeping eyes on development. Hell yeah. Yeah, and jump onto the Discord. I don't know if you're on our Twitch as well, but the Discord link, I'll let me see if the bot is up. Is the bot up? Oh, the bot is up. Okay, good. Yeah, just forward this over to you. No, why didn't that copy? Hello, please copy. Need to get a YouTube mod. Cool. That's like, man, that's almost half my goal. I know it's like a one-time thing, but that's exciting. That's the goal, man. Get the Patreon page to 400. Okay. So ship medium, main shader, systems, comm system integration for the ship. Habitation terminal for requesting habs. Zone system interiors. This I'm not gonna worry about. Add a register to the build, linking optionally with Patreon. I wonder what we have to expose our. I gotta get a mousey for my streaming PC. Well, let me go see if I can find an extra mouse that I can use just to. I thought I had one. People. I had another mouse. I'll just parsec back into it. Maybe install Synergy again. Whatever the latest open source version of Synergy is. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. So we have Insodium. It's going to be the new API test that we're doing. Yes. Okay, so we need to change the API. this when we log in. We have a new token. Gotta love my super amazingly secure password for testing. And we need to grab our habitation module. So we have ports, ID, and item ID. Yeah, I think I can keep the same format. Let me take a look at ships. So Revere has 9 ships. What? No, 1 ship. And ID, port ID, component ID. Okay, so that should still be the same. So we gotta get this working this week. We have to get the ships actually saving and loading to the actual API. And I'm wondering if I should bring back the original Newtonsoft JSON package, or if I should write a new serializer just using the Godot JSON class as like some variant dictionary of some sorts. Yeah, because we just get our ship ID. Yeah, paint, base color, metallic smoothness. Because I don't know if even this serializes the same. I don't know, let's figure it out, I guess. Yeah, so I gotta get the repair arm actually working. It should be called empty testing. Systems empty testing. Now I want to get this working. Yeah, so let's see if we can get this. See if we can get the hanger. See if we can get the repair hanger actually working correctly. Because we have this mag area, which is supposed to have a reference to a ship arm. It's supposed to do all the work of telling the ship arm kind of like head to the ship and track the ship. And I think the best thing for us to do, yeah, is in our ships. Yeah, let's do that. So, under ships, ship modules, ship player. It's part of the player ship, so let's make a new ship target, which will just be a node. used as a reference for trying to find. It'll just be the node reference that it's going to be transferring to. Whether it exists or not as a part of the component system of the ship. Alright, so it was a player ship. We're freezing it. We're gonna turn on, we're gonna make a state for the ship arm. Now some of this we didn't need, now that we have it working. Let's add. So minimum Z of the rails. There's 8. Rails maxi. 42. And the Y max. Are we using this anywhere? I don't think so. Export category. Rail max settings. We adjust our rail. Let's do a build. Okay, so now we can rail max settings. Rail nodes. Okay, so all the rail nodes, rail mix settings, or rail target. Probably be isolated. We'll say it, whether it's enabled or not. Will be target. And then on the physics process, we won't do anything if not needed. Return. I'll just do a public method. Enable. And we just need a set target. It's gonna be null. And that's all part of the movement. Let me move this above the movement. Ready. Physics process. These are all movement functions. Align, move. Region, movement. In region. Okay. So we just need to enable it, set a target. That target will be any node that we want it to track, but we want to make sure that it's into a ship on target. So once we've entered and we've locked the ship, then we'll turn on the yeah, and if we know yeah, their anchor point we spawn on the anchor point. But it's not necessarily where our target is. On our player ship, I think we'll just define a node for it as a dependency. And we'll just grab. So this will be a public ship arm target. And we'll just add that here. Yeah, it'll be a marker 3D of an arm target. So that we can define where this is on every ship. I'm gonna give it a little bit of room for the ship to be grabbed. I added a little bit of bulkhead here. So now we have our ship arm target, and we can link that here. And then we can just grab that from the player ship if it's not null and use it as our target for the arm. Yep, so what we'll do is in our repair hanger on the mag area that's responsible. Oh no, that's so weird. Oh, should look at this. Mag area, ship on. Take it a global class. Okay, and then when the mag area is finished, and we enter the mag area, and we truly have our lock, we're going to say our ship arm. We're going to enable the ship arm. And we're going to set our target to be the player ship arm target, which will be null or not null. So we're going to turn it on and let it do its thing. on release. Which is done by an event. Let's turn our ship arm off. And then on our ship arm, when we are disabling it, let's make a note. Let's use expression body real quick. It won't need to happen right away. Make arm retract and move to default position. Because we could actually, on disable, we could make it clear the target, and we could move the target back to its default position. And then, ta-da, it'll just move automatically because it's tracking a position that's already by default in the roof. So in set target, yeah, another need to have these visuals. Export category, debug, visuals, we can collapse it. And these are just private, so I can go down here. Okay. Do 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 do. Maybe we don't leave that target on. I have a target node that'll be set instead of target. This will be the default node within ship arm. And then for set target, we'll do a target node. And then on the movement, in physics process, while we're enabled, target node's not known. Just so we're keeping the whole IK system within itself. If there is a target node, then our target global position is going to equal the target node dot global position. So then only when we have a target node defined will the target actually move to the outside reference, but then if there's no outside reference, it just uses the target that I've added to the ship arm itself, which is great for debugging. Yeah, because the ship arm does have a target that it seeks within itself, all in local position. Because then we can just grab that external target to local. Well, then the IK is local, but the reference is just being copied. And then the clear target then will just change. Will just remove that reference. Yeah. So clear target, just avoid. We'll make the target node be null, so it won't break anything. Yeah. So bring in a target node. Yeah, that's fine. Nice. So then the mag area. is setting the target and enabling it, so it should move. Should be the arm target of the ship. I'm gonna fly in there and see what happens. Okay, so let's say I spawn a ship in. Wait, what? Alpha? It's tracking it, but it's not going down. What? It's like, it's working, but not working? Oh, I wonder is it the target? Oh my god, I forgot about the tractor beam. I'm a simple man. Oh wait, we have a, what? Oh, the arm was trying to access something that was disposed. Okay, well let's test the hangar again by itself. Because I think the -12. Let's just move the target. Alright, so this. I don't need one of these things. So this target on remote, if I move this forward, yeah, so the ship arm is enabled. It's tracking the target. Man. And the target node. Yeah, it's not moving left or right. Now. Is this inverted? No. It's like, it's tracking on 2 dimensions, but I don't know why the X and Y. Right? It's like, no. And minimum, yeah, rails minimum X minus -10 to 10. That's the range which we're tracking. 8 to 42 times V, and on Y should be -12 from the local origin. Still. So without a target. Target node, no assigned target node, just a target. Rails main X and then Y. Alright, gonna head out, but keep it up, man. Looks promising so far. Thanks man, thanks again, dude. Definitely jump in our Discord. So far, I can type person facepalm. You can't type. Move Rails Z. Move Rails X. Oh, min X. Hi. Min X to max. And move arm Y. It's greater than Rails max Y. Okay. Have a good one. You're already in Discord? Okay, awesome. Yeah, I like kind of seeing this stuff kind of be implemented. So target now enabled. Okay. How is that like not select the thing? Or is it locked? Like, go to the thing I'm trying to double click on. History of edited comments. Why won't you let me click on things? Something on the screen? Or am I not on the right session? Not on the right session. Okay, makes sense. Thanks. Okay, we're seeking this way. We're seeking this way. But why doesn't Y go down? Yeah. Okay. That looks right. Unless it's just too low, the track. Yeah, it could be too low. There's a cutoff point where it doesn't track to the ship. Because it's fully extended. I don't think it's reaching that though. Maybe it is. Let's move the ship up a little bit and see what happens out of curiosity. Because maybe we are. So let's go to our remote scene, and I bet you if we move our ship up a little tiny bit, we'll get the arm locking correctly. I wish I could like extend. I wish there wasn't a minimum on the Godot window. There's so many Godot wish lists. So the ship that we spawned in. We are on the right one. This should be spawned in the repair hangar. Here. So let's take a look at our transform. It should be locked and sleeping. Interesting. Oh, okay, yeah, so the arm is right. So let me just move the ship around real quick. Chew! Move it up in the air. Yeah, so it's just not high enough.
Oh!
Okay, so yeah, so the target is actually kind of here. So I need to make sure that we're actually like keeping our real target more defined below. But yes, let me just go. Yeah, because man, this thing is so huge. Let me take the ship on. Bum, 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 bum. Let's go into the repair hangar. Take the ship arm. Move the ship arm down to 11. Maybe even like, I don't know, 10. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. There should be enough room. And let me throw the music back on here. Alright, so I'll move that down to 10. Let's go into the ship, player ship real quick. And this ship arm target is where the ship arm is really going to be. So we need to go up 0.5. It's almost 1 really, maybe like 5. Maybe what it would be. Okay, I'm just gonna give this a go. I'm gonna spawn a ship in. Oh, so it went to its target location. Oh, yeah, and that's like good enough, you know. Wherever the ship is, and then once we have some type of mag block on it, we want to also sleep it. We don't really want to do anything. All right, so let me despawn this one. Something FPS-ish. A little bit of a loss of FPS when looking at it. Something here. Okay. Okay, so let's store this. Spawn this one. Oh. Cool. So we need it to kind of like do. It's gonna disconnect. Oh, look. It's still trying to track me. Oh, it's so cool. Okay, let me come in. Okay. And, yeah, it's cool. Yay, the arm works. Okay, so, and for the arrows, we're accessing a disposable reference. Yeah, so in reality, in the, yeah, when we're despawning the ship, yeah, if we have a hangar reference for the ship terminal itself that we're spawning it in, assuming we have a hangar reference itself, we should be able to communicate through the hangar, right, through to the actual ship arm, which will be an aspect of the hangar itself to be like, hey, you know, we need to clear this reference if we're going to be despawning the ship. And I will be right back. I'm going to use the washroom. So far, so good. Okay, back at it again. Okay, so this works fine. I'm gonna add that to the to-do list. I'm not gonna worry about it now. Because a bad reference is not gonna kill us. So this will be under systems. I'll add it to the to-do, the beginning of the to-do list, not for the sprint, so skip arm, make, repair, reference to whenever a panel called within that panel clear or reset, and then that'll just take care of that, and we'll just move this up. It's not in our sprint yet, but it'll be on the to-do for cleanup, and then I can push this to the main project, and that'll look great with the final version of the ship. And this target needs to go a little tiny bit higher, so 5.5. And maybe it wasn't high enough, but it'll be fine. Okay, the tractor beam needs to go in the build. We need a mining beam user. Or a tractor beam. Mhm. Network. Alright, so the Patreon handle and reservation. Add chat to the data pad. Did we finish chat? I remember having chat working, but I don't know. I think chat would be super awesome as well. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I think we'll move that build to the server. So that build that we did under projects. Yeah, so this build should work fine on my home server. So I want to get a cron working and like a service. If I could build a custom service for my brain cannot think Linux right now. Yeah, we built a custom service that watches it, keeps it running. Alright, so the UPnP port doesn't work. Of course, not binding UPnP by default, but let's just see if that actually works. What's our uptime? Is it food time yet? 3 hours. Yeah, my main server handles this stuff perfectly. Nice. Cool. So we need like some type of visualization, some type of web panel that we can use to keep an eye on the server and the players and the entities and things that are running on it. Mm. Ah. Ah. I wonder what Python would be good for that. Maybe so. Maybe something with the Flask or something. Or we could build something in .NET. Where an ice cream machine? Yeah, can we check it if a process is already running in .NET? We can do it by name. You can also loop through the processes, get an ID. Yeah, I think I want to play around with this. At least then I'd have that build up. And see if I can find a way to make a kind of a watcher that has a web interface. Or is Maui better? User. User. No. What's Flutter? Open source framework like Google? Written in what? Flutter code compiles to ARM or Intel. Right? What is Flutter? Interesting.
Disconnect the oxygen hose.
Interesting. That Maui stuff run on what else? The answer is yes.
There's the world out there. Release seatbelt.
This tension. Wait, maybe this one.
Attaboy. Alright, stand up on the exterior step. Keep your head down, and our guardian angel will take care of you.
Somebody's dev kit. Oh. Use the solution explorer. Use the solution explorer's create.net project button. Or do we need to close out? Hang on. Close window. VS Code. Create.net project. We want a Maui app or a hybrid app. I don't know. Laser web app. No thanks. We'll just do a Maui app, I guess. Well, let's call it Unimon Maui. Building for Windows. Mornings, terminal, okay. Wow, we have an app. Click me. Makes sense. Do 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 do. Okay. Okay, I found the shelf, the European, iOS, Windows. Main app. Do we need Maui for only doing a web system though? I wonder. Maybe not. New hybrid. Yeah, what's a hybrid in? Running the app. How is Blazor working for you? Please give this. Running it in Android. And the guy's on his way. Building a Maui Blazor hybrid solution. What's the difference? One thing bad about Blazor Hybrid, it's basically a Blazor web server without WebSockets. Because the web view JavaScript environment is technically a separate process. Oh, this is great. It's got data tables. Yeah, let's do this as a hybrid. Building. Okay, cool. So now we have a default app. Okay, that makes sense. Cool. Yeah, let's make it launch something. On Windows, anyway. Let's see how this works. That's fine. Then run app. Main page. Using Bootstrap. Okay, we can change the CSS code there. Cool. So it didn't like me changing this. Adding in servers. Why not? We're going down a rabbit hole of things I have no idea, chat. So okay, so we can have a nested. Oh, okay, so it needs a default route. Why is that nested under? Alright. Yeah, because this... Flexcon... Oh. Nav one. What is a nav one? Namespace of memory program can be found. In memory program. Create a web view and build it. That's straightforward. Okay, resources are fine. So I should technically be able to take my TTF from, let's see. Mhm.
There's nothing that dies, just something that hides in darkness sometimes.
Botany contracts SB. This one just open sands. What do they call it here? Open sands regular. Mhm. How does that work? Other page layout. Not defined in the CS anymore. Raw data. Any raw assets going to be deployed with the application is placed in this directory, its child directory. And use the include resources raw logical recursion. These will be deployed with your app. Splash. Hmm. It's not changing. So this is the main page. Here it is. Is that part of the main layout? No, there's no font mentions. No font mentions here. Oh, here. So the count. So this is the weather. I got you. Oh. Ah, okay. Easy peasy. Gotcha. So the code was separated from this going to demonstrate showing the data, it forecasts the snow. Yeah, so this will be different data. Okay. Alright guys, I'm gonna take a break for a bit. And I'll be back later on tonight. We're gonna go find someone to raid. Let's do Anxious Buddha games.